Hey guys, I got my tea because I got rushed out the door. I had to do an emergency trip to the other side of where I live, so that was fun. So here I am now, later this afternoon, having to put lighting in here because I'm in my bedroom where I spend a lot of my time actually, guys. A lot of my time. You know, I wish you could see behind me better because yeah, there's just so much cool stuff, like my little pumpkins, my crystals, everything. Today, I'll go a bit different about, I don't call them conspiracy theories because I don't believe them to be that. I believe them to be true, and a lot of time they've been verified as being true. So, watching The Crown, which was disappointing, this series of good, it was so good, and then it didn't end. Like, it showed Diana meeting once. I thought it was going to be up to when she, you know, when they both, anyway, it wasn't. It ended with like sort of Tony Blair, so maybe that's, does anyone know if there's going to be another season? I'm not sure. So if anyone wants to comment about that, it'd be interesting. But where I came to with that, I've been writing some notes down, is the brakes in Diana's car. Now, where they messed about with, because there's been claims of MI5 and MI6, and even her own like security team were against Diana because she had this power that was behind her, and she wasn't like them. As you get older, you realise that she did maybe divulge too much to people. She didn't know who to trust. She was a loose cannon to them, and I'm not being nasty, but I think she was. The poor lady was not put in the right position and was not built for this job. She was amazing, and like she says in that interview, I want to be the queen of people's hearts, and boy was she. She made grown men weep. What a kind, amazing heart. Sometimes these hearts are too pure for this existence. And guys, I've got to be honest, like, everyday life is hard, yeah. We can be willing, feeling all right, and then our head goes, no, you shouldn't be feeling all right, which is what happened to me this morning. It's like, you're going, what are you doing? Do you work? Do you do this and that? And I was thinking, no, but I said to my mum, and my mum was like, what would make you feel better? Just feeling happy. And I'll tell you what, it did make me happy, and it was outside things, because it usually is. The fact that I had a certain friend come back into my life, because I said this on TikTok earlier, where I don't have children, where I don't have a family of my own, there's something missing deep inside me that boyfriends can't give me. I can only get from friends. And I tried to do it online because I've never done it, and I just don't know how to do it. So if anyone wants to tell me how to do that as well, that'd be interesting. I'm just more old-fashioned, I guess, in that sense, where just meet people. But where am I going to go to meet someone? Like, all I'm doing is going to my chemist, seeing my friends, like, not that often, you know, my mum, going for an ice cream with the dog, out of the dog, that's where you can meet people, I get that. And people with other dogs are really nice people a lot of the time, really nice people. And it's a good way to get you out there and get you out of your shell if that's what you're struggling with. But I find it so interesting because the Eyes Wide Shut, Stanley Kubrick liked to push the boundaries, and he did with Lolita, which has become a massive hashtag now, and so many girls are commenting it, referencing it, and it's really dark. It's about a fucking 40-year-old man who falls in love with a 12-year-old. I mean, they don't make it much better in the film. She's 14. But anyway, his last film in 1999 was Eyes Wide Shut. He said he started giving up, taking up smoking again, which he'd given up for years because of the stress. He supposedly died of a heart attack. When taking the film to Warner Brothers, he was scared. He was like, they're not going to buy this, they're not going to want this. They didn't, they wanted, he had to cut, being like precise, about 28 minutes. So the whole plot line at the beginning, which should have led into something, didn't lead into anything. And it's like the story, because I went to watch it thinking, oh, this is going to be so good, so interesting, and you'll find out loads, and it's so talked about. No, it of course it had its like moments, but it wasn't what it could be. And I totally believe this happens in Hollywood, these kind of parties. I mean, there's a video by Britney Spears, and this could be a meaning, because Britney was just spinning and has makeup on, it looks like it's been on for days, So she's doing this slumber party song, which I wouldn't have heard about unless someone who was like saying it's very Illuminati, devils, like sex parties, all that. Anyway, so she's going to this party. She pulls up in a taxi in a red dress, and she's walking around, and weird things are happening. And then the lead guy is got like a lightning bolt across his face. That is the guy she is now married to, and she's dancing for him on the table, just like like a slumber party. Yeah, she's all over him, and maybe that's a way of saying he is her handler. I totally believe that Sam guy gets paid to be with Brittany, and you could not convince me otherwise. Sam Lufty might as well have been married to her, you know? So it's very dark. Being out in the cold, having a nice cup of tea warms you up. When you have that feeling when you get home and put the kettle on, and it's like, there's no sugar though, but it's just so nice. It warms you up. It makes you feel better in these winter evenings that are coming to us. So I found that really interesting because I've also subscribed to Crazy Days and Nights, this entertainment lawyer called himself NT. And there's thousands of episodes. I've paid £4 and there's thousands on different things. I'm just listening to one about Brandon Lee at the moment. So good. And Bruce Lee's son, and how they both died on their 5th film. Very interesting. And one about Kate Moss. Like, none of these people are who you think they are, trust me. And they have something what they call blind item celebrities. So they're celebrities who are in the background, but they're all over it. So yeah, it's too deep to go into it on here, and I probably wouldn't be able to say a lot of the stuff, but if you're into that, it's the best £4 I've ever spent. If you're into celebrity pop culture and all those sorts of things, interesting types of things. And yeah, I've learned more than I would, because a few years ago in 2014 when I got into this, it wasn't popular, and now it's like really taken off, which is so good because the message is getting out there to a broader audience, which is relieving to say the least. Yeah, that's really good. Where was I? My train of thought's gone. Oh God. Someone put, we need to cancel Hollywood, and we do. Once you see it, once you wake up to it, you can barely watch a movie without being like, oh, it's disgusting. Like, I was on Disney Plus the other night, another company I shouldn't support, but here we go. I wanted to watch Hocus Pocus. I thought, oh, that was such a good film when I was younger. It'd be really nice to watch it this time of year. But once you've looked up Udrini Cream, if you know what I'm saying, it's not the same film as Emmy's Monsters Inc. It's going, come little children, I'll take... Why do they always want children? Why? This is really creepy. And it's not just like one film, it is so many. They have to get the purifying thing of a child. Leave the children alone, you fucking creeps. It disgusts me. It really, really repulses me. And it angers me how people like Lindsay Lohan, Aaron Carter did not get a choice to be. They were just pushed into it by their greedy, to say the least, monsterish parents. Like, what the child doesn't want that at that age? They may be interested in like being entertainment and doing things like show, but that is a lot of pressure to put on a child. And then if you read Corey Feldman's book, which is what got me into all of this to begin with, his mother wouldn't let him eat what his sister ate. She was calling him fat. She wasn't there for him. She had all different guys in it. It's just so heartbreaking. And he says the number one secret in Hollywood is pedophiles. You know what I'm saying. It's just so sick. And I'm sorry to say it, but a lot of these parents know that. They know that what they're putting their child into. Maybe not at first. Maybe they get all these nice offers of like a nice house that they've never been able to afford. But what's worth more? Your child's soul or a house and more, you know? It's just stuff. I'm so sick. How many people are we going to have to lose before people take this crap seriously? Kanye West is talking out about this at the moment, and a lot of people are saying crazy, and I believe they're getting paid to say that. So it just looks good for them. It's that crazy. Of course they are. Like, I had to stop watching the H3 podcast, which I was really into, with frenemies on, because that guy is hooked right up to YouTube. He knows everything about everything. His fans are brutal to other fandoms, and I just couldn't. It was too complicit with doing the, you know, spreading it out. Have the smack scene. The way I said that then was not good. Corey Haim was the 80s Aaron Carter, and he lost his life at, I want to say, about 30. So he was in his 30s, basically, or just about to turn 40. And who ruined his life for years? Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen doesn't. I know people think he's a dick. He's a lot worse than you think. Have a look. Clear done some disgusting underage stuff with Charlie. Yeah? Don't praise any of these people. Praise yourself. Be good to yourself and your atmosphere. Put you first. Protect if you can. I'm trying to like think, what can I do to make this better? How can I be not part of the problem? And I just been trying to think about it, and I don't actually know. Like, I can know all these things and be like, oh, MK Ultra, Monarch program, the butterfly, the Monarch, yeah? San Francisco, I want to say late 60s, early 70s, Courtney Love, yeah? Kurt Cobain's husband, her dad, not set her up, but introduced her to a friend who was part of the CIA, giving her loads of hits of acid, giving it to musicians in Liverpool, in Ireland. This girl was going around stripping in Japan. This Courtney is more hooked up than anything. Her grandmother, her mum, was adopted, and that family was really rich, and they're like heirs to like the spectacle and glasses. But this woman had to sell her rights to Nirvana because of her crazy coke problem. And then Francis doesn't get a bit of the pie, like, before it's too late. It's almost gone. I would really dislike my mother for that too. Yeah? Let's go into a bit of an astrology to lighten up the mood. Like, I'm sorry. I say Scorpio moons are this and that, and they're resentful, and we're obsessed with sex. No. Tell you who's mean. Virgo moons. You don't get told this, but you are. You've got a very cruel streak. You like to make people feel uncomfortable. You thrive on it, especially if you've got, like my dad, some Aquarius and Scorpio energy to them. Throw it in there. Virgo moons are ruthless. Think how analytical Virgos are. Think of the moon in that placement. It's cold. I mean, they say it's in its best place in Taurus. I disagree. It's an earth sign. Like, don't listen to when they say your sign's in detriment, because it's bollocks. Unless it's something like, let's say, the Mars and Venus signs, I'd say. It's, I don't know, even then I'm like, okay. Where I'm an Aries midheaven, I have attracted a lot of Aries over the years, or Aries energy. My ex-boyfriend, Aries, Venus, and Mars, Pisces, Sun, Cancer, Moon. Like, was this man ever going to be faithful? Was he emotionally abusive? Was he a liar? Does he now do the opposite, complete opposite of what he used to say? Frightening. Absolutely frightening. He's got with this girl who looks like got a big balloon face. She's a Sagittarius. She's got a big head like Jupiter. And the sister was fit. Yeah, I didn't like her at the time. He got with a 17-year-old when he was 28. That's growth in itself. But at least the sister was fit. Who are you? He used to love how much you ate, how much your boyfriend doted on you. It is fucking crazy. I don't even want the lie back, but I find this very weird behaviour. Anyway, so I just slipped that in there. Another moon sign that slept on. Aries moons. You're terrifying, scary, hard to be around. Your energy's just sat there like a boiling pot on a stove. It's like, oh no, I don't say anything to irritate you. I mean, how are these the other signs over Scorpio moons that are Libra moons? I could go on and on and on. I don't know many Sagittarius moons, but I don't think me would be compatible. And yeah, I was compatible with my ex, who was a Cancer moon, and the ex before that, but they had a very cruel, abusive streak. So it's like, no one's compatible with us Leo suns anyway, because we give off this masculine energy. I want some man who's just gonna like throw me on the bed and I'm gonna be like a little girl. I kind of am in that respect. Like, I'm very dominant in life. That when it comes to that, I'm actually the opposite, and I think that's the way of a lot of people. Yeah. But what I want to do is mix the crazy days and nights, like the celebrity stuff, with astrology and why people act it. Not so much transitions. Oh, the moon's going to have a solar eclipse. You haven't had one of these in 100 years, and then there's another in a few days. That's not the type of astrology I want to rock with. It's more like get to know yourself, get to know other people's placements and how to work with them, you know. Look what came in the post today, though. This is so exciting. The crocs and the little things on them, like the little, I don't know what they called, I'll find out, croc gems or whatever. I had to buy these on top. They didn't come with it, and they're quite expensive. And then the underneath is like that. They're so pretty and they're so comfortable. Anyone with wide feet, it's a must buy. I'm trying to go back to more things that I put on here. The Kubrick thing, getting back to that, heart attack. But in the CIA, heart attack guns. It's so easy. Like, there's so many celebrities. Like, do people even want to go to Hollywood anymore and become famous? Like, why would you want to? kanYE is telling you how bad it is. They're all telling you how bad this place is, and yet people want to become a star. Don't roll in your life become iconic. Like, I want to see that film Pearl with that Mia Goth. It looks good. But in real life, she's with Shia LaBeouf, who's like a notorious woman beater. Okay, method acting and all this, but he's a not nice man, and she just looks so cute, like a little rabbit bunny type person, and it's just like, oh, okay. And it's just, there's some really horrible people. Kate Moss apparently likes stealing people's boyfriends. I'm learning so much on here. Her 30th birthday was like an orgy and drugs. And now they're promoting Kate Moss with Diet Coke. In 2005, she was like shocked from everything. When she was going out with Pete Doherty, it was the end for her. But her blind item life, it must have gone through the roof for them. And people had, it was a different time. Like, when I say I'm going around like a teenager, I still feel like that 17-year-old girl. I do. And that girl didn't have any problems with drugs or smoking. It's just a bit of drinking now and again. I worked. It's crazy to me. They're two worlds apart completely, and can't really go back. You can only go forward, which is hard for someone who's got heavy Cancerian placements. I mean, where do you go with it? Let's do a card anyway. Let's do a card. I'm going to chant for like happiness and where I'm meant to be. Chant for maybe doing a podcast. Like, there are things, and I've been chanting every day, which is Buddhism, which is Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. Yeah? That's what it is. And that's what I do. And I try and do it for at least 20 minutes. It's not 40, between 20 and 40 minutes. So, yeah. But let's do one of these goddess guidance. It's not goddess guidance, but what ones are these? Archangel Oracle cards, okay? What energy are we getting for today? Hello from heaven. If that resonates with you, tell me. Like, do you have a relative who you feel is really present in your life? I do, and I never really had that before. I haven't had that many people close to me die. Not real close. I've had loads of people I know die that I wasn't really that close to. Like, all the people I lived with when I was homeless, like, on their places, are all dead. Which is really sad. Really sad. So if you've got a relative, they are watching over you. Think of like a bird, robins especially. They're coming in that form, or they're telling you what to do, and they're being around you. Their presence, their aura, they're everything basically. It's funny because in these cards the same ones keep coming up, and I've got that strong kind of like Scorpionian energy where, sorry, it comes out too much sometimes. once I get this A2 paper, I really am going to go into like, okay, Mars in Aquarius, that's a thing I don't know majorly about. Anything, it could be any like sign. And oh, there's this website where I got these from, free prints. Loud was my best Rihanna era, so I've got them. Like, look how beautiful. Yeah, so you only pay for like the delivery, and it's really good. It's called freeprintsphotobooks.co.uk, and they are so good. I've literally got all the pictures around my bedroom and my living room, and you can just get them off Pinterest, obviously. But I had to set up all the lighting and stuff, but because it wasn't how I intended this video to be this morning, I had it all like prepared. Sorry if it was a bit boring. I'm really trying, but when you're not in the same mood that you were before to do it, it's a bit harder. So thank you, like the video, subscribe, and go to my TikTok channel unless you're a relative or someone I know. Thank you, bye.